You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade, the accountant for entrepreneurs. The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight. The money zone, together we'll achieve your goals, we're building wealth, you're not alone, so don't delay, get your money straight.
Hey guys, welcome. It's your girl Folasade, the accountability accountant, guys. I am so excited to be here with you guys on this amazing Tuesday. Honestly, I must admit, today it was a beautiful day, kind of humid, but look, absolutely amazing. So guys, we have an amazing topics lined up for tonight's show. We're talking about the EIDL loan updates. Also, how have the recent travel and COVID and everything would affect your small business. And then we also going to talk about reparations, guys. Do Black people, deserve to, well, they do deserve, should receive, and how should they receive, and what is reparations all about? So guys, if you're interested in any of those topics, or you've heard your girlfriend, your boo thing, your closest friend talk about one of those topics, then please share the Money Zone with them. And then also guys, don't forget, if you're not following us on Instagram or following me on Instagram, don't forget to follow me at Folasade, the accountant, on all platforms, but also go and join our mailing list at bit.ly/Folasade Radio as well. So guys, what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so look, my birthday on Sunday was officially the first day of summer. And so, like, the first day of summer just opens up so many doors, so many opportunities for travel, family vacations, additional expenses, or like basically individuals become a bit more adventurous and spend more money during the summertime. Most people save throughout the winter time so they can travel and splurge throughout the summer. But due to COVID and everything that's been happening right now with the pandemic, the unemployment rate, so many small businesses are closing. And then most importantly, we are or were disinterested in traveling, okay, due to COVID. So now all of the states are opening up, even against the CDC's recommendations, okay? Even though the numbers are still going up, the states are opening. So look, everybody's excited that outside will be outside pretty soon, right? But the problem is this. Small businesses are trying to figure out, not even small businesses only, all businesses honestly are trying to figure out how are they going to capitalize off the many opportunities, well, no, off the excitement that we have for summertime and vacation time. So guys, just give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen really quick. There's a New York Times article basically saying the travel business is picking up for the summer, okay? And why? So if you are in the travel business, and honestly, if you're online, you've probably seen some of your friends travel, some of your mentors travel, and everything else, okay? So this article on the New York Times as people are getting in planes, the travel business is picking up. After months of staying home during the pandemic, Americans are heading to vacation destinations like Florida and national parks. And I'm going to be really honest with you guys. Just over the weekend, I think I've seen maybe like 5 to 10 different people talking about they're in Miami and everything else. And it's just interesting how the numbers are going up, but the states are opening. It's just I'm basically confused because I'm still quarantining. I don't know about you. So if you are still quarantining, go ahead on and put 1 in the chat so I can see if I'm like still the only person that is kind of staying far, far away and don't want to do anything. However, they say the nation's largest airlines are preparing for a limited rebound next month as more Americans book vacations in places like Florida and the mountains and national parks in the West. That resurgence will offer some hope to the travel industry, which raked up billions of dollars in losses as tourists and business people canceled trips in the last 3 months. And look, honestly, how many of you guys had speaking gigs, conferences, everything that had been canceled? I know I had a few things lined up for the month of May and for the month of June that I wanted to do as well that have been actually canceled. And I think the other thing have been postponed until July, but that's basically out. So business people canceled trips in the last 3 months because of the coronavirus epidemic. Some in the industry said that the recovery was now already underway. The Fontainebleau Mountain Miami Beach Resort, love that resort, okay, said it was enjoying brisk business after local officials last week lifted a coronavirus shutdown order that had been in place since March. Okay, so they're basically saying the 1,000, their resort is basically starting to make money and there's opportunity in the land. So how do you go about capitalizing on the opportunity? Okay, and so many of you right now that are small businesses, you need to understand the market right now and try to understand individuals' mindset in terms of spending patterns, so you can also capitalize on these moments right now, because even with people social distancing, right, they're still doing the things that they are required. So that, like, I had seen my girlfriend and them, they had traveled and it looked like every group was like separated. So it was a group of no more than like 10, people, but they each were like separated from one another. So it wasn't just like, everybody out in the center field, like partying live and in living color. No, everything was separated. So in this particular case, as a business owner, how would you capitalize on this opportunity right now? And that's basically what you guys need to be thinking about. What opportunities are out there? What are the needs of consumers now? So for example, some people still don't want to be around a lot of people. So they still need delivery services. They still need concierge services. And then honestly, a lot of these stores that don't do delivery and don't do stuff, you can become a personal shopper. Like there's so much opportunity right now. I don't think that we need to really focus on the jobs that we lost, but we need to focus on creating the new jobs that will be required based on how the technology have been shifting everything. But however, they say the airlines say they are preparing to capitalize on the renewed entrance in travel. Late last week, for example, American announced that its July flight schedule would be the most robust since the pandemic begun, largely because of domestic bookings by people eager to get out after sheltering at home for months. Look, do y'all got y'all flights booked already? Who had their flights booked? I'm curious. I am not going to be booking any flights. My kids are like high risk because they have like really bad allergies and stuff. So I have asthma. So look, and my sister, no, we're high risk over here. So we're staying in. Y'all go in on out and let me know how it is. Look cute for me, right? But make sure that you guys be safe. However, for all my small business owners, think about it. If people are traveling to domestic areas and you are a domestic business and you have a brick and mortar and you are in a upbeat state or city like Miami, or I don't know if people be going to New York isn't open yet. No, New York. Everybody's going to Miami, honestly. And then I think they said they're going to close Miami, South Beach. I think Miami said that they're going to close. They may close back down in July, honestly. So we don't know. So the problem right now, and I'm going to stop sharing really quick, is this. Right now, you're seeing a surge, and the airlines are seeing a surge due to so many people being anxious to travel. However, a lot of states are now considering, and I think it was like Texas. Let me see. So many states. Yeah, Texas was one of them. That is now going to consider closing again. Okay, due to the high numbers, Miami was one of those. It's some states considering reversing opening as cases. I'm going to share my screen. So now, as a small business owner, you have to think about something. This is your time while people are still booking flights before the states actually start closing again. This is your time to leverage this short period of time. The issue is, how long will this last? When will these states end up closing? It says through the numbers of new deaths, though the numbers of new deaths has been declining, over half of the country is seeing record numbers of new COVID-19 infections. 26 states have an increase in number of cases over the last 2 weeks. Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Kansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nevada. The list is long, y'all. Nevada, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, South Carolina, Texas, Tennessee, Utah, Washington, West Virginia, and Wyoming, according to the New York Times database. Okay. Florida alone reported 3,207 additional corona cases on Thursday, June 18th, their largest single day count since the start of the outbreak. Okay. So some states are now considering closing again. So as a small business, you have to now really monitor the environment, the rise and the climb of the deaths. Also, what opportunities that are out there that you guys can really leverage in your business. So for example, my event decorator for my brunch, I had told her that she could end up, making millions of dollars coming out of this opportunity, coming out of COVID, because of the needs that we need to have our parties and stuff at home. And if she can get around to different homes, or basically duplicate her processes, right, then she can end up really, using this opportunity to make more money than what she ever dreamed of. So right now, it's so much opportunity. However, you just have to tread very lightly and pay attention to the details. If you do not pay attention to data, if you know you're the type of person that's not paying attention to the economics and what's going on, then you're going to be in deep stuff when it comes down to pivoting your business and adjusting. And this is more than just a pivot. This is a bob and weave, because right now you're bobbing, you're trying to make money, and you maybe implement a new product that people may be able to use when they travel. Then you weave it. You know what I mean? Like, guys, okay, you're weaving because you're like, okay, are they going to stay open for a while, or are they going to close the states again? If they are, how long are the states going to remain open, and where's opportunity right now? So many businesses are looking, and if I were you, I would just go and just ask your community questions. What exactly do they feel like they need right now? What services, what products? What are your consumers' needs? Do they need help with XYZ? Do they need this product or this service? And this is the time for all of my entrepreneurs to create the solution to everyone's problem. And right now, the airlines is creating the solution because we're all tired of being stuck inside and we're trying to get outside. But the thing is, we don't want to stay in our states. We want to go to Miami. We want to go to California. We want to go to other places, right, and enjoy. So this is the opportunity for the airline industry to leverage on our need and like desperation to get out of our state. And so right now, if I were you as an entrepreneur, what need do we have right now? You've had 4 months. Has it been 4 months? March, April, May. Oh yeah. 4 months, okay, to really pay attention to how things are shifting. One problem that we had, the first problem was technology. Technology was wiping out a lot of industries, and it still is. Now, the second issue is what? The pandemic. The pandemic then wiped away certain industries. So, for example, the movie theaters. The movie theaters need to start doing drive-ins. They really need to start doing drive-ins. Like, they need to do that. So I don't know if is it Revolt or somebody else is doing a drive-in concert and everything else. Come on now, for all my event planners, what outdoor events you guys can create. This is your time. So honestly, social distancing may be something that we practice forever, guys. Like, we may be limited to that being our future lifestyle. So they were saying how things may be futuristic in terms of us floating off the ground, in terms of gravity, like fighting gravity, right? Look, we don't have to worry about gravity. We just need to stay far away. That is our futuristic approach to life. But guys, if I were you right now, pay attention, ask questions, and implement and execute what you feel as though we're going to need to survive or to keep our sanity while our lives are changing and the business climate is adjusting, and there's nothing guaranteed right now. So if I were you as a small business owner, I would just stay alert. Be prepared for all of the changes that may need to be made, and don't get too stuck on what you cannot control. Right now, none of us, even the airlines, even the billion-dollar companies, no one is safe right now. COVID is taking no prisoners. Look, everybody's at stake. So right now, all you have to do is focus on your service, okay? Focus on making sure you provide a solution, but then also just doing your absolute best. As long as you try your best, you okay with me. All right. So during COVID, 3 things that you guys need to pay attention to. Write this down. Grab your pen, grab your paper. If you are a small business owner, or if you have a girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, husband, or client, whatever the case may be, and you're watching the Money Zone right now here, don't forget, follow me on Instagram, join our mailing list, but you want to go and grab your pen and your paper right now, because these are the 3 things that you should be doing right now, or that you should be implementing right now during this difficult time. First things first, number one, you need to implement some type of market research. Even if you don't do anything but pick up the phone and call between 10 to 15 clients and ask their opinions on a few things and fill them out about their needs and everything else, you need to do market research. That's number one. And it's your market, your market. So if you don't know what your market is, right, then you need to go deeper. And sometimes it takes years for you to niche down and niche down and niche down. So like for me, indirectly, God is niching me down like even further. Like I did not even think that I would be niching down this further. However, that is the direction that he see fit that I will excel the best in. So in your case, you need to do market research so you can serve and go find the clients that need what you have. That's number one. So if you've never done market research, girl, bro, hey, you guys need to be figuring it out. We've had enough time on our hands to be able to do it. That's the number one thing. The number two things that you guys need to do is make sure you get your numbers as accurately as possible. There is no type of laziness in accounting. Like you cannot avoid having all of your accounts worked in your business. You cannot afford to not have all of your transactions in your business posted. You guys need to do your accounting because you need to have accurate numbers during this time. Some of you are scaling and growing your businesses, so you need the numbers to see what's working. Some of you are downsizing, so you need the numbers to see what's not working. Some of you are just trying to ride the wave and maintain, so you also need to see the numbers so you can cut out what's not working and only do what's working and maintain only the expenses and the overhead that your business need. But without seeing it month to month, quarter to quarter, year to year, using bookkeeping, right, as a mechanism to do it, then you are not going to be able to really see the true picture of what's happening in your business. It's no way to avoid it. Remember, you guys should already have learned this. According to the School of Wharton, accounting is the language of business, okay? So with that being said, you cannot be functioning your business without having your accounting in order. So that's the number two thing that all of you need to do. Either you hire someone like myself to do it, hire me to do it, or you try and do it yourself. But you cannot avoid not having your numbers during this time. I'm seeing people miss out on loan opportunities right now because they did not have their numbers in order at all, not even close to accurately, so they can apply for things. It's just crazy right now where I'm seeing businesses not, being up to date with their stuff, so they're not seeing the true picture and the true story of what's really happening. So they're making decisions with incorrect data. So your numbers is the number two thing that you guys need to do to be able to get out of this pandemic and dominate and grow and scale your business. It's no more plan. Like, because of how tough the market is, you cannot play anymore. Like all of this planned business, it's no more planned. People are out here to eat right now. So the vultures are going to come and shut you guys down. They're going to do more ads. They're going to do more everything. And guess what? You're going to fall by the wayside because you've been playing. The number three thing that you guys need to definitely do is work on your mindset, okay? Work on your mindset. So much happens in business. You have to be comfortable with how things go. And it's not going to always go to your liking, but in the end, it may be for the best benefit for your future self. So right now, if you don't have the mindset, you're going to be weak right now. And you're probably weak as you're watching this. And I'm hoping that you're not, and you grab some strength to continue on, because in business, there's no certainty at all. In business, there is no guarantee that you're going to make it. In business, unless you were handed a Fortune 500 company, a very successful company that's already making it, right? There is nothing guaranteed in business. You can do, somebody can guarantee you Facebook ad, that can dry up in 3 months. You was rolling for 4 and then you got to shift again. Do you have the tenacity to shift? Okay, that one product or service might be seasonal and you don't even know it, but you're trying to rock with it, thinking that that's the product that is going to sustain and grow your business, not understanding that you have a seasonal business, right? But because you're so mentally attached to this product, and because you've been, oh, this is about my business, you got so attached to the product and not the business itself. Guess what? You're now selling a product that nobody wants. You're sitting on inventory nobody wants. And it's also because of your mindset, you weren't willing to let go. You were not willing to let go. So the third thing that you guys need to focus on right now is your mindset, because the weak is going to be eaten. The tigers and the lions, okay, they're coming. And they're the ones that's constantly still posting. They're the ones that's still putting on webinars. They're the ones that's still doing their emails, still doing social media, still showing you behind the scenes, and you're still watching. It's time for you to get in a certain mindset and know that you can do it and that you're capable of doing it. So just like the airlines, if they didn't think that they can recover, they wouldn't even be trying to figure out how to remove seats and adjust this and figure out the numbers and do all of this. They have to use their accounting too to see if it's economical for them to even run the planes. Just like you need to know your numbers to see whether or not that product that you're selling is worth selling, and what is the profit that you make on that product. And if you were only sell 5 or 10 of them, how much would you make? So right now, the 3 core things it's going to make sure that you guys dominate is, number 1, your market research. Number 2, your financial data, your accounting. Okay? And number 3, your mindset. Without the right mindset, you will not make it in business, because honestly, the uncertainty that we feel right now, all of you feel, all of you that's not full-time entrepreneurs, all of you, is what us full-time entrepreneurs have been feeling for the past few years. No, this is not new territory for us. We've always been fearful of something like this happening. We've always been fearful every day. How are we going to make money? Who got our next meal? How are we going to build a savings? How are we going to pay our bills? How are we going to do this? How are we going to build our team? How are we going to pay our team? How are we going to buy our husbands or wives a birthday present, our children a birthday present? How? A real entrepreneur have those level of uncertainties throughout the first few phases of business. And right now, this COVID, this pandemic is your phase of business where it may be challenging. But if you have the right mindset, which was number 3, okay, the numbers, the market research, and last but not least, the perseverance to get through, you're going to be thinking just like the airlines and trying to figure out how to leverage this stuff, this opportunity right now. So it requires you to dig deep and really pay attention to some stuff and just stop floating and really start making some hardcore business decisions, or decide that you're not for business or business is not for you and move on. Okay? So guys, I hope that you wrote that down. You know, look, we about to take a little break. You know, hopefully you got it. I'm not going to recap that, right? So guys, look, we're going to take a quick break, and guess what? We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. So if you're just tuning in, you are tuning into the Money Zone on ripradionetwork.com. Guys, we talk about everything from business. I see it freezing. We talk about everything from business to money, entrepreneurship, mommyhood, my little life, everything. Your life, everything, right? How it connects to your business, accountability, transparency, growing, your scaling, everything, guys. So earlier today, we were talking about how businesses can really leverage opportunity in the summertime. So if you are a small business owner, you want to definitely tune in on the replay. Go to ripradionetwork.com to catch the replay. It should be there within 24 hours from after tonight's show if you weren't able to jot down the few tips. However, guys, this segment is totally different than segment one. We're talking about reparations, guys, and it's exciting to hear all of the banter and all of the talk and all of the yes and the yesers and naysayers or whatever, right? About reparations. However, honestly, and so because I'm like the middleman, I think I have literally a right to say this. I am half African American. So my dad's Nigerian. So in all actuality, we'll say Nigerian American. My dad's Nigerian. My mom's Black American. Okay. So for me, if the government was supposed to pay us reparations, right, according to how the only two people, Yvette Carnell and attorney Antonio Moore's Black Agenda Plan, if we were to go by their Black Agenda Plan, I will probably only get 50% of what they call ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves, or what Jay Morrison called them. What do you say? Who else? Tariq something. He said Tariq called them FBAs. There's so many different names for Black people, right, that were born here that has lineage from slavery. So I will personally only get 50%. Okay. So I'm not against it at all. I'm actually for. And the reason why I'm for, even if I'm not going to only get 50% of it, the U.S. actually owes Black people, not foreigners like me. I'm half foreign. Well, half, 50%. Okay, my little brother, my little sister, they wouldn't get anything. Okay, even if they were born here, they don't have direct lineage to slavery here. Okay, so all of the foreigners, all the Nigerians, Ghanaians, Hispanics, Spanish, it's really freezing and I can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but no other races outside of Black people that were here prior to 1965, okay, and have lineage from slavery should get reparations. However, okay, so many individuals. So you got Jay Morrison coming out talking about reparations, and he created the Black Rights Party. Okay, you got Bob Johnson, the co-founder of BET, coming out talking about reparations. You have everybody now jumping to pushing reparations, right? Without having the full realization that is just one part of the pie. So if you guys been watching me for a very long time, I've always said social injustices is one part, economic is one part. Okay, our reparations was due from slavery, that's one part. Police brutality, that's one part. As a whole, in the Black community, you guys, we face a collective of problems. So even if they were to give us reparations right now, would that solve, okay, would that solve discrimination in the workplace? Would that solve police brutality? Would that solve? So even with the Black Lives Matters movement, right? Would that movement alone give us reparations? No. Would that movement alone help with discrimination? No. You see what I'm saying? So guys, it's just a lot of stuff going on, but I'm going to share my screen really quick. Give me 1 second if I can find this. And then we're about to go over this article real quick. So guys, don't forget, if you're watching live, you can post your questions and I can answer your questions live. We'll be going back into the studio around July if they don't close back up everything. I know Trump, our studio owner here, he's pretty clean, so I don't think we'll have too much issues. He was wiping down the studio prior to COVID between each shows anyway. So with that being said, if things don't close out, we will be back in the studio July, so you guys will be able to call in. But look at the screen, guys. BET co-founder Bob Johnson goes full reparations, cut Black America. So the problem is, he said Black America, a $14 trillion check will expect more rebellion. Okay, I understand the movement. I get it. But since everybody is trying to get so much attention without bringing the leaders that should be representing us in this particular situation, Bob Johnson should not be representing us for this reparations claim. He has no legal background. He do not have the knowledge in terms of all of the data and everything else. But he's now making a claim to say, you know, we need reparations. Guys, I hate all of the ads. I know they got to make money, right? But they could be better placed than this. It says some may be surprised by the move. Johnson has been criticized in the past for not taking a more aggressive stance on issues that affect Black America. When questioned in the past why BET wasn't used for more activist and educational purposes, Johnson usually replied that it was an entertainment channel. In 2015, long after the network had been sold, Johnson told the Wrap BET was created to distribute entertainment content, and the record companies made entertainment-related music videos, what people were seeing was the expression of talented artists from A to Z that wanted to speak to their audience. So basically, he gave an excuse as why he did not use his platform to empower our people. Okay, they say when Johnson sold BET to Viacom in 2000 for $3 billion, it made him the country's first Black billionaire. Many complained that BET should have stayed in Black hands. So I'm totally, I agree with that. But guys, we don't have many Black people. We don't really have any Black people, honestly, that can put together $3 billion to buy that from him. So we have to start being realistic when we're talking about these companies. So like, for example, y'all talking about Courtney Adelaide of Main Choice. She sold her company to somebody. Y'all talking about she sold out. It was another company that you guys were saying that they sold out. Well, if we're not positioning our people and our businesses to be able to buy our businesses on that $100 to $300 billion scale, then no one is capable of keeping that business in the African American community. So you guys have to let up off that and understand how business work. The Main Choice was worth 50-something million or something like that. You have to have at least 25 million and some liquidity somewhere else to be able to buy that business. Same goes for BET. What we should focus on is the fact that we need to be pushing our people. But long story short, that's another show. So they say Bob Johnson, okay, so this new push for reparations is sure to change the perception of Johnson, who has unveiled this proposal while the U.S. is dealing with nationwide protests over the police murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis. In his proposal, Johnson calls for the U.S. to pay $14 trillion to the Black descendants of slave trade. This is not for past sins, but to cause this country to live up to what was once called American exceptionalism, Johnson said in his press release. Okay, so now I'm noticing he's tweaking his verbiage. 1 minute he say all Black people, Black Americans. Now he's saying Black Americans that has a direct correlation to slavery. So that is you Black people. So let me explain to you without all the technicalities of it. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to share you guys the two sites that you need to go to. Okay, ADOS101.com, because I talked about them before, but here is a site, this is where you guys go. And if you guys been following me for a very, very long time, I am actually extremely honest about what's real and what's fake out here. I fully believe, and not to throw no shade, that there's so many different black nonprofits and political parties or whatever they're trying to create are jumping up just so they can try to get some of this money that these big corporations are sending to Black Lives Matter and NAACP and other organizations. However, so honestly, if you didn't have that 501c3 set up, you wouldn't be in the runnings. And so there's a few folks out here using this time right now as an opportunity to really, get some charitable donations in here so they can leverage whatever, plans they have. But guys, I recommend go to ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves, where they basically talk about the whole Black agenda, and it include the reparations. And I told you guys, Antonio and Yvette did a real good job breaking this down in regards to the reparations. So here's the real deal. This is let me explain to you on a very layman's term statute when it comes to why I believe, and now Bob Johnson and whoever else believe now, Yvette and everybody else believe that reparations is required, is because they're saying that Black people, not Nigerian Americans like me, Nigerian Americans like my sisters and brothers, and all you Nigerians and, Ghanaians, everywhere, Chinese, whatever, not y'all, not us, no, none of us, pure Black with lineage to slavery, okay, because they're saying that you guys weren't giving not a head start, haven't given the same start. So if you would have put both of your feet on one line and and you guys face the same direction, that person that's of another culture or another background have their feet ahead of the Black American with more opportunities and just basically not all of the scarring, the mental, the physical and scarring that other cultures don't have. So, for example, many people, many other cultures look at Black Americans and say, oh, they have a high divorce rate. Oh, they don't stay married. Oh, they get divorces. But if you go back and read history, that was what America wanted from us. So right now, reparations, I fully believe, is necessary to repair your mindset. So this is why I recommend you guys go to ados.com. Okay, it finally came up. Simply because they even have it where Black people with direct lineage to slavery will also need counseling, and have required that in the Black agenda. Let me go to the Black agenda really quick that they have. In the Black agenda that they implement counseling, because everybody say Black people crazy, we killing each other. First of all, we didn't have any value. First of all, if you go to the hood, it's still the hood. First of all, their mindset is not there. They need counseling, they need love, they need support, they need a lot of things. So right now, just asking for the reparations is one part. I am asking all of you to take a minute. Bob Johnson, whoever you guys watch this video, I'm not in this. Y'all need to figure out who gonna be our leader, because Bob Johnson is not it. Okay, y'all need to have or Jay Morrison, Boyce Watkins. I don't mean to throw nobody out. I just don't think that y'all have all of the knowledge that's required to really get this done. I really think Yvette and Antonio have done a fine, brilliant job in creating a full Black agenda that will position us not only monetarily, but will also mentally, physically, and everything repair our culture whole. And you guys think money is one problem. However, give a strung out mom her lineage, $50,000 or $300,000 or $1 million. She's going to get strung out more. Get someone that's depressed or not confident about themselves. They're going to be in the Gucci store every day. So that $1 million are going to be gone. We're not even mentally as a whole, honestly, And this is what me having both part. Like, I struggle just like y'all Black Americans. I grew up in the hood and everything else. It's just a different last name and a little bit of different blood, okay? But we're not even mentally prepared, even in terms of financial literacy, on how to handle the money. So making this one general claim that we need 14 trillion, that's part of it. What we need that 14 trillion, we need it for this and this. So you guys need to take a minute and go to ADOS101.com / Black Agenda, or just go to ADOS101.com and check it out, because you guys will see, all right, that we need help across the board. We got to break up the all boys club. So, and the politics and the economics and this and that. So guys, honestly, the reparations is required from Bob Johnson's perspective, to recover us financially. However, as I look at our community as a whole, we need to band together and support Antonio and Yvette, because their Black agenda actually tackles all of the problems that we face in our community. So if you don't think we need reparations, more than likely you're not 100% Black American with lineage to slavery, because their story, 50% of my story, is filled with so much pressure, chaos, and it hasn't been an easy journey at all. And it started from birth. All right. So guys, I had a whole nother little hot topic. I started off a little late, but look guys, you go out, enjoy yourself, you all be safe. And really, just because outside is open and everything is open and looking lit, and you want to get cute and do you, right? Be safe, guys, and stay far away. So do social distancing. But also, this is the time, guys, to focus on you. Whatever you've been wanting to do, whatever you dream of doing, you want to do it now. You want to do it now. If you want to join our email list, go to bit.ly / Folasade TV, FOLASADE TV, bit.ly / Folasade TV. All right, guys. So I will see you next week. Good night.